morning everybody, welcome back to another video. This is Richard here and I'm walking rather quickly because I am late. I have totally misjudged my morning and sunrise is happening in about 15 minutes. I'm walking to a little lake or a little pond in the forest, but sunrise is in 10 minutes, so I should have been there ages ago. Should have been there looking for compositions. Never been here before, but this is the one time I am pleased that there is no light, because it means that I might be able to get some shots beyond the normal sunrise hour, because it is quite a thick cloud. But yeah, so I'm bouncing around because I'm hand holding as I'm walking, but let's get to the lake or the pond and get set up and I'll see you there. Right, we've arrived at the lake. Well, I've arrived at the lake because I am on my own. Initial reactions? Don't know. There is like a thin veil of mist in the valley, sort of the drop down in the forest behind you, but I'm here for the pond. I'm not sure if I'm going to find anything. Sunrise is now, 4 minutes and it's as flat as a pancake. Thick cloud again. So I'm not quite sure. There's some little things that are catching my eye, but nothing I think is going to make a great photo. I'm going to have a walk around the lake and see what I see. I don't think I'm going to be restricted by light because there isn't any. I guess I can just take my time, take the next 15-20 minutes walking around, seeing if I can find lots of horses around. But this is their home, not mine. So I just steer clear of them, don't get in their way. I can see some things that look nice, but that doesn't mean that's going to come across in a photo. So I'll come back to you when hopefully I will find something. I'm more positive than I was in last week's video, trust me. Last week's video was a bit of a washout. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link to it somewhere, up here, down below, whatever. But yeah, this is, I'm not as rushed and I just feel much calmer this morning. Okay, so I've walked around the other side of the pond and I think I may have found a photo. We can see this tree here. And you can't see it on the screen as well, but there is a nice sort of bank running down here. We've got a nice reflection, and under the tree there's like a bush. It's sort of growing out of a bush, and if I can get the top of that bush on the horizon, then the tree will be on the nice sky. There's nothing in the sky, there's no light. It would be nice to have a little bit of light, but there isn't any light. It's flat and white. I may be able to bring out a bit of texture, a bit of contrast, but compositionally, if I move around a bit, should be okay. Okay one to start the day. Okay, so I think I will be going for the 24 to 105, and I think I'm going to start with a vertical. So I'm manual focusing. Current settings are ISO 100, f8, which is giving me a shutter speed of, check the histogram. So I've actually gone for a third of a second. I've got highlights. I always, don't know about everyone else, but you check the histogram and you put your highlight alerts on in camera, you're safe in the knowledge knowing that you haven't blown anything out, and then I'm exposing as high as I dare without losing the detail in the tree at the top. So, which I think I've done. Simple start, simple clean image, and it's now time to go for another little walk.
And while I was around there, I thought I would grab another shot from a slightly different angle, and here's that photo, and it's now time to head off on a little walk.
So the initial tree photo that I was going to go for didn't really work, because as I came towards the tree I went lower and it just didn't sit against the background very well. So that gave me another idea. You can see all this golden heather, all this brown heather here leading up to the same tree. That's the tree that I looked at the top of the hill, but I've now got to it from the side on as opposed to from where I was up there. And I'm going to try and compose a shot that has, it's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe 70% heather and then the tree. You'll see it obviously in a minute, unless it's really, really bad, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will be. As long as I can get the height right and get it, I mean, it's pretty good now. You can just see a bit of the background. And I'm thinking if I can get a little bit lower and put the edge of the heather on the sort of edge of the horizon, and then it's just a tree against the sky, might be quite nice. So let's get that set up, and then once I'm set up, I'll come back and show you the settings and what it looks like on the screen. But real quick, there is a horse that's sort of edging ever so closer towards me. A minute ago it was galloping up the hill, so I'm hoping that it's a friendly horse, and in a minute it kind of just leaves me alone. But I'm not a massive fan of horses. They're okay, they're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but they're just so big and sort of, I'm sure it'll be fine. I watched a video recently about, it's from Nick Carver, who is an American photographer based in California. He deals, I think he's mainly architectural and property like that, you know, architectural photographer basically. But he does his own projects. He describes them as passion projects, and about how you've got to find that one thing that interests you, and that one thing that draws you back to that same place, that same thing, that same passion. And it just dawned on me that maybe this is my passion, maybe this is my passion project. These waters in the New Forest. I mean, there is a beautiful shot now of a white horse. Hang on a second, I may not get this, I'll be back. I missed it. Oh, careful where I tread. I'm going to try again. See this white horse here? It's behind this tree over here somewhere. It was just on this horizon here, on this bank of the cliff here, bank of the pond here, just drinking with a beautiful reflection, and I missed it. I missed it for two reasons. One, I rushed and I didn't have time to set up my camera. And two, it was on a 2-second timer still. So by the time the 2 seconds had gone, he'd moved. But anyway, back to my passion project. Just things like that. This, I could be here all day wandering around. I'm not going to be. One day I will be, but it's just beautiful. And this is with no light. Imagine what this would be like with a beautiful sunrise or sunset. Which way is west? Is this a sunset shoot? Which way is west? Let's have a quick look. So west is over there. Shame it's not over there. Maybe from that side it would look really good. This is the thing that I could get genuinely passionate about. Things like this, looking for compositions, looking for photographs in the different seasons, different elements, different different lighting, all that kind of thing that you need the variation of to make a good photograph around places like this. Yeah, this is the best morning or the best shoot I've had in a long time. And you know what the best thing is? Or the second best thing? I've got the place to myself. Okay, I'm still in the same spot. I've not moved because I put my long lens back on. Because these horses are just coming down the bank drinking. Sorry, these horses are just coming down the bank drinking. I'm trying to get nice reflection shots. I've got one that I like that I'm going to pop on the screen. I'm going for a couple more shots here. I'm making the most of this because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back here. So I'm going to take as many photos as I can, even if they're not really, really good. I'm going to go back around over there and get some detail. There's some reeds in the water that I want to get. But first, while I'm coming around this way, there's a really nice minimalist photo of this tree again and these two trees here. This tree is going to be on the far right hand side of the frame, and it's just going to have a line through the horizon again. It's just the reflections, and even at this time of day there is movement on the water, but it's still quite smooth. There's no real bad harsh ripples or anything, so I'm torn now whether to change lenses and do that shot or just wait for a few more minutes. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go for my landscape photo. That is why I'm here. So yeah, let's set that up now, and I will show you what I've done. So you can see here, it's a really simple composition. I've got the tree on the right-hand side of the frame here, and then these two smaller trees on the left. You might be able to see from the, probably not from this video, but you will see from the photo that there's water on the ripples. There's water on the ripples. There's ripples on the water. But yeah, again, horizon straight through the middle, breaking the rule of thirds. But you know, it's the rule's there to be broken, which I'm doing. And that just what gives it the composition for me. Nice minimalist. I may focus stack with one on this tree here and one on these trees here, just to make sure that I get both of those subjects in focus. Let's get the shot. That's that shot done. Focus, focus, focus. Right. Here's my time here done. I do not want to leave. I'm going to put the 200 back on and zoom in on these two photos here, because this scene has got almost like a wintry feel. And I just noticed when I was zooming in on that shot that the tree is kind of like bronzy colour, and I think it would look quite nice if I can get the 200 on it at 2.8. Give me some nice sort of blur background. It's still a little bit hazy over that way, so yeah, this is going to be a long video. Right, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to get close enough what I want to do, but that's not going to stop me trying. It might start me crying though. Yeah, it's not. I'm going to take two shots here. I'm going to take one with the two trees, and then I'm going to focus on the one tree that I was talking about. And it may result in a heavy crop in camera. It's a 45 megapixel camera. As long as I get the focus right, then I'm sure. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's change to square crop just so it gives me, yeah, I mean, if I had my 100 to 400, oh, that would be great. So let's go down to 2.8. ISO 100, which means the shutter speed is going to be cranked up to 200. What's it? Instagram says good. Zooming in, make sure the focus is good. Right, so that is the one of just the one. I'm now just going to spin it around a tiny bit. We are going to take another one. Okay, here are those two on the screen. As reluctant as it is for me to leave, I don't want to blow all my photographs in one day. But there's going to be different conditions next time. Expect to see me back here. Welcome back to the van. What a thoroughly enjoyable morning. And I've found, on the way back, I found another pond. Not as good as the first one though. So I definitely was at the right one. That was amazing. Hopefully the pictures are going to be as good as I think they are when I get them in the photo. It's nice to have a good shoot after a couple of average ones, what feels like a good shoot anyway. Plenty of opportunity, plenty of compositions, plenty of images presented themselves without working really hard, and I think that's what it should be. That's what makes it enjoyable, that's what makes it fun, getting those photos without it being a stress, without it being difficult. And it's never hard, it's never hard work, but it's hard to find the images sometimes. I love it, I love doing it, and I've got no idea what my favourite's going to be. I think I may have to highlight my favourite as I go through them, because the first couple seem quite average now compared to the ones that I got at the end with the lots of water, lots of white, the minimalist, the wintry feel photos. They're going to be my favourite, I think. But I'm going to come back here sunrise and sunset again, and I'm going to get here earlier so that I see, just in case the sunrise and the lights is really good. And I'm also going to come back with the 100 to 400. I think I might leave the 70 to 200 and the 100 macro at home, and come with the 100 to 400 just in case I get that picture that I want to get of the horse at the end of the water drinking with nothing in the background. That would have been amazing if I'd have caught that, but I would have found it amazing anyway. I'm not a wildlife photographer. So there we go, thank you for watching. Here's going to be the images coming up. I'm going to show you the raws and the process, or the final edited images. Yeah, have a look, because there may be a couple of small items cloned out. If I think they're distracting, I have no problems doing that. They're not going to be whole trees, or I'm not adding anything. It might just be if a leaf sticking in, or something is sticking in, normally around the edge of the frame, which sometimes it's easy to miss. Or it's impossible to crop out without compromising your composition and what the image that you want to get in your head anyway. So yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching. Why not, in contrast to last week's video, why not like it, why not share it, and why not subscribe to the channel? Let me know what your favourite image is down below, and excitedly I'll see you in the next photo. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week.